Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing great. If you're new here, you're very welcome. So today I'm in the greenhouse. I want to give you guys a quick update of what's going on here. I have a couple of plants in the greenhouse and I wanted to show you how they're progressing. So I'll start with this corner here where I have tomato plants. And yeah, these are basically cherry tomatoes. On this end I only put cherry tomatoes. So as you can see, they're already fruiting, which is really good. There are about 5 different types, but the ones in the pots are the same like the ones in the bag. So I sowed too many and the extra ones I put in the pot. So I have around 2 plants per pot. The ones in the pots, as you can see, are a little shorter and not doing as well as the ones in the bag. I think that's because the soil is limited, so it could probably affect the growth of the production rate, but it's all good as long as they got a place. And then I have this little marigold. Apparently it's good for tomatoes, so I planted some in between. Some have disappeared, but this one is still here. So this is the second part that I have tomatoes. And sorry guys for the lighting, the sun is right behind me, so if it's not very clear, especially myself, just don't mind it, please. It's circumstances that we can't control. But anyway, so from that end until this end I have more tomatoes, and these are tomatoes mainly for soups and sauces and salad. Yeah, just the normal size tomatoes. So as I said, in the front I have cherry tomatoes, and then here I have the normal size tomatoes with different shapes anyway. So for example, if you check this one is a round tomato, very round like normal, and this one has like an ovalish shape. It's a bit different. So yeah, so what I did, because I had too many tomatoes and I didn't know the difference. Of course it was described, but it wasn't really making sense, so I planted them according to size. The smallest I have on that end, which are the cherries, and then I have these ones which are medium sized on this end, and the ones in front, as I said, are similar to the ones in the back, but they're all doing well. As you can see, the ones that are in the pots also have flowers, so which is good. One thing I've noticed is that the ones in pots are darker in color. I don't understand why that is so, but anyway, it's all good. Yeah, and this has grown quite a bit. The tomatoes are a bit big as well. You see, this one is also round, not like the other shape, so that's the only difference. And then there's a very interesting shape on this one here. Let me check the name of this one. This was San Marzano tomato. I don't know if that is a Spanish name or what, but the total description and most of the names were in German, but this one is, I don't know, it sounds Spanish or something. But anyway, look at the shape of this tomato, and this is the only tomato on this plant. Very interesting shape. I'm not sure if all the tomatoes are like that or this specific tomato that we can see is deformed. I have to wait so some can come out and then I can compare and see if that's the shape, but I really love it. It's quite interesting. Yeah, so I just peeped and I saw another tomato from the San Marzano plant, and guys, this is the shape. This is the shape, because now there's like 2 fruits here and they both have the same long shape. That should be very interesting when they're ready to go. I think that and the taste is, I don't know what would be interesting in the fruit. So the third part that I have tomatoes is on this end, and on this end I have tomatoes that I felt were like a bit different, in the sense that they were extremely big in size. For example, this one should be very big, out of the ordinary big. They're still small, but once they are more grown, of course I'm gonna show you guys. So these ones are big, and then for example, this one here, it doesn't have any fruit yet, and this is the only tomato that survived from this variety. It's yellow in color, so the end result will be the color of the flowers, for example, and not the normal orange color of tomatoes. If they are usually orange, I'm not sure which color, but this will be this is a yellow tomato. In fact, the name is flesh tomato ananas. That basically means just it's fleshy and fleshy tomato, and then it's what is pineapple. pineapple, so the color is not like the normal color. And this one as well should be big, and it has reddish color but with dark stripes of purple, or it should be black. So they're just different in a sort of way that is not normal compared to the normal tomatoes, so I put them here. But I think it will be better when we see them when they are already grown. But this is the update. Everything is doing quite well. I should be worried about the ones in the pot, because if this is a very big and heavy tomato, I don't know how I can hold and support them in the pot, but we'll deal with that when that comes. And that the ones that have also loved my marigold, because here we have 2 strong ones, and the rest of the long way there was nothing, so that is good. And then on this part I also have tomatoes, so this is the last part that I have tomatoes. And what is special about this part here, at least not for all of them, but I think for most of the plants that are here, the seeds are from Kenya. So I put them here to differentiate from the ones that I bought from here. So this is I got from Kenya, and I want to see if there's a difference in the way they taste or something like that. So there's one that is here. Let me check the name. This is Roma Gala tomato. This is a normal tomato. This is not Kenya. This, the one at the far end here, this should be Rio Grande, and this is the one from Kenya. So it should be that, and probably this one's in the front. And the Rio Grande has a very interesting shape as well. I didn't necessarily buy because of the shape, but I just wanted to try different varieties of tomatoes, and that's why I got so many. So when next year when I'm buying, then I'll buy depending on how they perform and how they taste, right? So yeah, that's basically it for the tomatoes. So I'm gonna show you the rest of what's in the greenhouse. So we'll come back to my greenhouse shelf. I don't know if you guys remember this. I had a lot of seedlings here when I made the video, but they're all out. But here anyway, I have Brussels sprouts that need to be planted out. I'm not really worried about Brussels sprouts because they won't even produce the first year. They produce, I think, in the second year, something like that. So yeah, they should be stunted by now, but I can always sow again. So this one needs to go out. And this is an interesting spice that smells exactly like Coca-Cola. I got this from my neighbor. He had 2 plants and he was kind enough to give me one. It smells like like Coca-Cola, and apparently this is called Coca-Cola plant. Guys, I don't know how to convince you, but this smells exactly like Coke. So it's still in the pot because I got it like yesterday. So I'm gonna plant it out amongst my spices, and I absolutely love it. Apparently it's for cooking, so let's see how that will make the food taste. And then I have some habaneros. This is the orange habanero, just 1 plant. And then I still have more seedlings of orange habanero, extremely hot peppers. These ones are very, very hot. I'm also not worried about this because we still have some from last year, and I've already like planted a couple of seedlings, so we are okay in that. I don't have space for this. I hope I can figure out where to put them, because I mean they're a good chili. And then at the top here I have my marigold, yeah, just to make the place look beautiful once the flowers come out. Yeah, so that's it for this shelf. So the next part I'm gonna show you is this wall in the greenhouse. So basically here there's small plants I have in this corner. These are the habaneros that I was telling you about. I have the red habaneros. I think there should be 3 plants, and then I have the orange habaneros. Those are the 3 plants in the corner. Something is eating my plants, as you can see, and I've had to really I don't know, really struggle with this, but they're coming along. I hope they can survive, but they're really small compared to last year at this time, but that's fine. And then I also have normal paprika. So these are just like normal paprika variety, but in different colors. There is red, there is green, and there is yellow. So that's what we have here. And they're also in bloom. The flowers are out. For example, in this one you can see the flowers, and you can even see like the tiny fruits are also coming. So I'm really excited about that. I planted out my paprikas a bit late. I was worried because usually for paprika I usually want to store enough that I can use throughout winter until the next season. So I'm glad that these are doing well, and they're growing bigger. I have 2 more here that have been struggling as well because something has been eating them, but they're coming along. I hope they'll be fine. Aside from that, I have paprika here in the middle again. So in the greenhouse, I have two beds in the middle. I have the edge, the beds that are along the corners, and then I have two beds in the middle. So I've taken one entire bed and added paprika as well. This is how they're doing. And yeah, it's still the same variety, just I planted different varieties, but just from one variety that worked, and that's the ones in the walls. But the ones we have in the middle here are seedlings that we bought. This I didn't sow from the beginning, and yeah, they're doing well, but I guess we'll have to see how that comes out. I'm just glad I have enough. I had to buy extra because the ones that I planted like didn't do so well. So this is the same green, yellow, and the red color. So the next part I'm gonna show you guys is up here along the wall what I have. So this is a hibiscus cutting that I got from the neighbor, and then I just put it here, put some rooting powder, and then I water it daily. I think it has developed roots from what I can see down here. In fact, I need to transplant it now. So that's doing well. It's a very pretty variety. I think it's called chiffon something white. And then I also have more rootings here of roses that I also got from the same neighbor. He has really pretty flowers. So the Japanese one is doing okay. It has developed roots and still growing. But I had like, this was a yellow, no, this was a red rose. And then there's a white and orange. They all died, they're dry. So this one didn't develop roots. I guess I have to take new cutting, but that's fine. And then I have some ranunculus. These are just like some ranunculus that I got from Macy Gray, I think, something like that. Very pretty color. There's white, and then there's like the very dark purple with like rings that are white or something like that. They're doing well, and just like I want them to grow a bit, and then I'm gonna move them to their permanent place. I have a little lavender here to make the place look beautiful. And then here I have, and this is a surprise anyway. So here I have a Hass avocado. This is a seed from the normal avocado that I got from the supermarket. I've been looking for avocado varieties that are cold resistant, and it's really expensive to get from here. I have to ship them from, I don't know, New Zealand or Mexico or I don't know where. So I just tried with the normal avocado. Of course, I'm gonna get the cold tolerant variety, but for now I'm playing with this one, and I wanted to show you that it's grown. It's taken forever, but you can see there's a little shoot there, so that's nice. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or if it can even survive outside, but we'll keep playing with it. And then here I have these are basically sweet potatoes that I've sowed. So normally what I do with sweet potatoes, I take a normal potato. Let me show you using this other one. So I take a normal potato like this one. This one is in soil, but usually I put it in water first. It develops roots, and then the shoots come out. So as you can see, if you can do the same in soil or you can do in water. I think soil is better from my experience this year. So once the shoots come out, you cut a shoot and then you put it in water again to develop roots. This is what I'm doing here, and as you can see, this one is developing roots. So once it has enough roots and they are big enough or strong enough, then I take the shoot and I plant it out into the ground, or I have one in a pot. Let me show you. So this sweet potato here was started exactly the same way I have the other one, and now it's growing. As you can see, I just put it in a pot. I have two more outside. I want to compare which ones are gonna do well, but yeah, I think this is like one of my favorites because I tried to plant sweet potatoes last year and it backfired. I started too late, but yeah, so that's how it's doing, and that's really good. So maybe next year when I'm planting the sweet potatoes, I'll record the whole process from beginning to end so we can see how to do it. But in other countries, I know it's easy, just take it and you plant it, but here because of the weather you can't do it so easily. Anyway, the next thing I have here is asparagus, which should be out by now. As you can see, they've grown, they're falling. Asparagus won't also give me the harvest this year, so that's why it's still in the pot just hanging around. But it's also because I haven't got the perfect place for it. I need a permanent bed for it, and I still need to figure out where everything is gonna go. The space is so limited. But anyway, so this is asparagus. It grew well, at least from what I planted. So the only thing I need to do is to put it in its permanent bed and then wait for the harvest in like the coming years. It's a perennial, obviously. And then here I have cucumbers. So these are seedlings that we got from the shop. They were smaller than this, definitely. They've been here for about 2 weeks and they need to go out. Problem is there are too many per pot. As you can see, there's literally 2 plants. And aside from this, I already have cucumber that I've already planted, so I'm not sure where to take this one. The person who bought knows himself and he bought too many cucumbers and now I don't know what to do, but I have an idea where I'm gonna put them, so they should be going out soon. And then and then the other thing I have and that I'm very excited about is this is eggplants. Per pot I have 2 plants. The pots are slightly bigger than the ones I had tomatoes in, so this is eggplant, and one is the long variety, the other one is just a variety that I got from Kenya. I don't know, I just want to see if there's a difference and then decide which seeds I'll be using. But anyway, so these ones have done really well. Last year I had like literally only 1 eggplant from the plants that grew, but also because I think I grew them late, but that's fine. So I have 2 eggplants here. I have my 2 marigolds here. I hope they flower soon and make this place beautiful. And then I have 2 more eggplants in this pot. But that's not all the eggplants that I have, guys. I love eggplant, and the plan is to dry it this year and use it in stews or just as a stew. For me, it is really nice. I don't know. So let me show you where I have more eggplants. So in this entire bed, we have eggplants. So these two big ones that you see here are ones that we got from the supermarket. We bought them, and as you can see, they're already flowering. Compared to the ones that I showed you earlier, it's basically the same. Those ones are ones that I planted from seed, but this ones we got from the supermarket. And there's one already here. If you come close, you can see there's an eggplant that is already coming out. So there's hope that we'll harvest and dry them. And then there's more seedlings. They're not seedlings anymore, but there's more plants here, and these are ones that I also planted from seed. So I think the only ones we got from the supermarket are the 2 big ones, but the other big ones and these small ones are we planted from seed. And something, I don't know what's eating my plants here. It's not like snails, it's some, I've seen it, but I don't know what it is, but it's very bad anyway. So it's damaging, but they're stronger now and they're bigger, so I think they'll survive. Like one was also here that was completely eaten. It didn't survive, but the rest of them should be okay. So anyway, it's fine. This is space that I can put something else in, so that's good. So the last part I'm gonna show you guys is this wall in the greenhouse, and here I have zucchini and I also have cucumbers. I have one plant that has cucumbers that is for pickling, and then the rest of them are for salads. I prioritize for salads because I just like salad, so I wanted those ones in the greenhouse. And then I have one zucchini, though I have more plants like this outside. I have some zucchini and cucumbers outside, basically same variety, but I wanted to make sure I have a few in the greenhouse as well, in case the ones outside don't perform or they're eaten by something and they don't grow. I wanted just to be sure that I have some produce in here. So I don't know if there's anything coming along that I can show you here, but I think I saw something like a cucumber. Vova is, oh yeah. So yeah, so let me show you the tiny cucumbers that we have. This is gonna grow into a cucumber, still very tiny but coming along. I think I'm gonna show you guys what we have outside, but this is also gonna be our zucchini. Let me show you this one. If you see this is a developing zucchini. It's very different from where the flower is. So this one is a zucchini that is already developing. You can tell the fruit is coming, but I'm gonna give you a tour of the outside garden and show you, like, I think they are more pronounced, the ones outside, so I'm gonna give you a tour and show you what's outside. But I'm impressed, I'm happy, they're doing well. They also survived whatever it is that has been eating my plants, and they're doing okay. They just need to be trained to climb how they're supposed to climb. The zucchini is not a climber, the rest of them are climbers, but they should all be fine. I think they have enough space. We'll see how this works out. Yeah, So guys, that's everything we have in the greenhouse. That's how everything is doing. Some not so well, but most of them are doing well, so I really can't complain. I'm grateful, happy, and excited to see what will come out. If you have any suggestions, ideas that you want to share, just share them in the comment section below. If you like the video, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, remember to subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.